So I had worked at Wendy's for 2 years and was a very good employee. I was on time. I actually came to work and did what I was supposed to do. And as I was at Wendy's, when I was at Wendy's, I was a team trainer, about to be a manager, but never got to be a manager because I had quit. And one of the reasons why I had quit was because they refused to give me a raise. And while I was making $12 is what I had started with. When I first got hired on with the company, they gave me $12, and I was satisfied with that because when I was working at Taco Bell and Boston Market, I was only getting paid $10. And so I had accepted the job, and I was working there 2 years. We had our GM, Sarah. She's the one that hired me. Eventually, a year later, she had transferred to another store, and we got a new manager named Tomas. And I had told Tomas that I had wanted to get a raise. I had deserved it, and I was about to get promoted, but he had told me that I couldn't get a raise because I wasn't a manager. And I guess at Wendy's, team leads aren't allowed to get a raise. Team trainers aren't allowed to get a raise. And so what was crazy about it was every time he had hired new people, he would give them $13 an hour. And it had rubbed me the wrong way because I was still making $12. And yes, I had called him out on it. I had talked to him. I came into his office and talked to him, telling him, can I please get my $13 an hour? And he said he was trying, but every time I would check my pay stub, it said the same thing, every time $12. And what's crazy about it is the only way you could get $13 an hour at Wendy's is if you open or close. Sometimes I open and sometimes I did mid-shift, but what was crazy is that the new people were getting paid more than me. And he said in order for me to get 13, I had to open or close. I had opened, but I still didn't get my $13 an hour. And the next thing I know, I had quit because I said I was worth the extra money because I actually came to my job every day. I came on time. I actually worked. Sometimes I would come early just to help out and prep the morning people, and sometimes I would stay later. I got off around like 4 o'clock, but sometimes I would stay to 5 to 6 if we was like understaffed, and I still didn't get my $13. And I wasn't the only one. I remember talking with this girl. She also had worked at Wendy's, but she worked at a different location. But she said that she had quit Wendy's as well because they refused to give her a raise. And she said that she had the nerve to be closing, and when you close, you're supposed to get 13, but no, she was still making the same amount of money. So she had quit Wendy's and started working at Checkers, and now she's like a manager at Checkers now. And I said at Wendy's, if order for you to get 13 or more money, you have to like be new, brand spanking new. You have to be, and I had told everybody about this, even my mom, and I had told her I think the only way I could probably get my 13s unless I quit and reapply for another location. And she was telling me don't do that because you don't want to start all over. And no, I didn't want to start all over, but I said I would do anything just to get a raise, and I didn't want to quit because I was comfortable with working there since I was working there for 2 years. But I couldn't take it anymore. And on top of that, not only was he rude, he was very disrespectful, and he was very like racist, xenophobic. He was a Latino man that seemed to have a problem with Americans, and it's weird because he's working for an American, company. And he had told one of my managers, her name was Miss Wanda, that I usually don't like to hire your kind, and he basically said he don't really like to hire Americans because he wanted to just hire only Latino people only. And most of the new people that got hired were Latino, and it seemed like he was trying to just hire Latino people because we had a bunch of white Americans come in for interviews and black Americans come in interviews, but they never, started. And he got the application, he did interviews for nothing, but he won't hire them people because they were American. And I said he was the reason why we was understaffed, and that's one of the reasons why I had to quit, because I couldn't stand working in a toxic. I couldn't stand working in a toxic environment like that. But even though I've been out of work for 8 months, I finally found a job, and I'm happy. And in 2 more weeks, I'm going to be working at a new restaurant. It's Culver's, and I'm happy about that. And they're actually paying me $13 an hour. That's what I wanted. And so I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that I had moved on.